When we talk about oily skin, most people immediately think of that shiny T-zone or the constant need to blot during the day. But what's really happening underneath the surface is much more complex, and understanding that is the foundation of managing blackheads effectively. See, your skin naturally produces oil or sebum through tiny glands called sebaceous glands. This oil is essential. It keeps your skin soft, protects it from dehydration, and even has antimicrobial properties. But when those glands go into overdrive, producing more oil than your skin needs, that's when the trouble starts. Now, what makes some people's skin oilier than others? Genetics play a huge role. If oily skin runs in your family, there's a good chance you'll inherit it. Hormones are another big factor, especially androgens, which stimulate oil production. That's why teenagers and even adults going through hormonal changes often struggle with blackheads and breakouts. Add heat, humidity, stress, or even the wrong skincare products into the mix, and your skin starts producing even more oil as a defensive response. Here's the thing, oil itself isn't the enemy. The problem starts when excess oil combines with dead skin cells and other debris that your skin naturally sheds every day. When this mixture gets trapped inside your pores, it creates a plug. This plug of oil and dead cells, when exposed to air, oxidizes, turning that dark color we see on the surface. And that's a blackhead. It's not dirt, even though it looks like it. It's simply oxidized oil. You could wash your face 10 times a day and still have blackheads, because they're not about surface dirt, they're about what's happening inside the pores. Many people make the mistake of scrubbing aggressively, thinking that the harder they scrub, the cleaner their skin will be. But that approach often backfires. Over-exfoliating or using harsh cleansers strips the skin's natural barrier, leading it to produce even more oil in an attempt to compensate for the dryness. The result, you're caught in an endless cycle of oil, irritation, and more clogged pores. The goal isn't to get rid of all the oil, it's to restore balance. Your skin actually craves stability. When it's stripped, it reacts. When it's balanced, it calms down. That's why gentle, consistent care always outperforms aggressive treatments. Think of your skin like a thermostat. It's always trying to find equilibrium. If you blast it with extremes, harsh products, excessive cleansing, or skipping moisturizer, it panics and produces even more oil. That's why people with oily skin who refuse to moisturize often find their skin getting even greasier throughout the day. Their skin's trying to protect itself. Let's also talk about pore size for a moment. People with oily skin tend to have larger pores because of that constant oil flow. Those larger pores are more prone to collecting sebum and debris, which leads to more blackheads. You can't permanently shrink your pores. Any product that claims that is overselling, but you can make them appear smaller by keeping them clean and free of buildup. When a pore is filled and stretched with oil and dead skin, it looks bigger. When it's cleared out, it looks refined and smoother. Another important piece of this puzzle is your environment. Pollution, sweat, and makeup can all add to the congestion. Even the products meant to mattify or control oil can end up being too dry and triggering more oil production. The right approach is not to fight your skin type, but to understand it. Oily skin can actually be a blessing when cared for correctly. It tends to age slower and retain elasticity better than dry skin because that natural oil keeps it more supple over time. So instead of seeing oily skin as a curse, think of it as a skin type that needs guidance, not punishment. When you understand why your skin is producing excess oil and how blackheads actually form, everything else in your routine begins to make sense. You realize that the solution isn't to strip your skin dry, it's to work with it, using products that respect its natural function. Balanced cleansing, gentle exfoliation, and consistent hydration become your new normal. Once you stop trying to fight your skin and start learning how to support it, you'll notice fewer blackheads, smoother texture, and a much calmer complexion. The truth is, clear skin doesn't come from scrubbing harder or washing more. It comes from understanding what your skin is trying to tell you and responding with balance instead of aggression. Cleansing is one of those things that seems so simple, yet it's where most people go wrong, especially if they have oily skin. Many believe that if their face feels squeaky clean after washing, they've done a great job. But that tight, dry feeling, that's actually your skin crying out for help. It means you've stripped away the protective oils your skin needs to stay balanced. And what happens next is ironic. Your skin panics, thinking it's too dry, and produces even more oil to make up for it. Suddenly, you're greasier than before, and the blackheads just keep coming back. The truth is, cleansing is about quality, not quantity. You don't need to wash your face 5 times a day or use the harshest cleanser on the shelf. What your skin really needs is a product that cleans without stripping. Think of your cleanser as a peacekeeper, not a soldier. It should dissolve oil, makeup, sunscreen, and dirt gently while leaving your skin's natural barrier intact. That barrier is your skin's defense system. It keeps out bacteria and pollutants, and when it's healthy, your skin looks calmer, smoother, and less oily overall. Now, Let's talk ingredients because what's inside your cleanser makes a huge difference. For oily or blackhead prone skin, look for formulas with salicylic acid or glycolic acid. These are not your average ingredients. They're exfoliating acids that penetrate deep into pores and dissolve the oil and debris that cause blockages. Salicylic acid, in particular, is wool soluble, which means it can get inside those pores and help clean them from within. It's like sending a tiny janitor into every pore to sweep out the gunk that leads to blackheads. Glycolic acid, on the other hand, works on the surface, removing dead skin cells that trap oil underneath. Together, they make an incredible team. Foaming cleansers often feel satisfying for oily skin, but they can be too drying if they contain sulfates, those ingredients that make all the bubbles. Instead, go for a gentle foaming or gel cleanser that gives you that clean feeling without stripping. Cleansing balms and oils can even work for oily skin, believe it or not, because oil attracts oil. They dissolve makeup and sunscreen effectively without disturbing your skin's balance. The key is to make sure you rinse thoroughly and follow up with a second cleanser that suits your skin type, a method known as double cleansing. It's particularly helpful if you wear heavy sunscreen or makeup daily. How often should you cleanse? Twice a day is plenty. Once in the morning to remove the oils that build up overnight, and once at night to clear away dirt, sweat, and makeup. Anything more than that and you risk overdoing it. The skin needs some of that natural oil to stay healthy. Over-cleansing can lead to irritation, flackiness, and even more breakouts because your skin starts overcompensating by producing excess sebum. Technique also matters. Use lukewarm water, never hot, because hot water strips away protective lipids from your skin. Massage your cleanser in gently for about 30 seconds to a minute, focusing on areas that tend to get congested like the nose, chin, and forehead. Don't rush through it. Think of it as giving your skin a mini massage. It helps boost circulation and encourages that natural glow. When you rinse, pat your face dry instead of rubbing. Rubbing with a towel creates micro irritations, and for oily skin that's already prone to inflammation, that's the last thing you want. There's another side to cleansing that often gets overlooked, the products that comes after it. What you do right after washing sets the tone for how your skin behaves for the rest of the day. If you leave your skin bare for too long after cleansing, it starts to lose moisture and that triggers the oil glands to react. So within a minute of washing, apply a lightweight, oil-free moisturizer to lock in hydration. Hydrated skin doesn't need to produce as much oil, which means less congestion, fewer blackheads, and a more balanced complexion overall. One of the biggest misconceptions about oily skin is that it needs to be dried out, but that only leads to an endless battle of oil versus dryness. The real secret is gentle consistency. A cleanser that respects your skin's barrier is far more powerful than one that attacks it. When your cleansing routine supports balance, instead of stripping it away, your skin learns to regulate itself naturally. It produces less oil, stays calmer, and looks clearer. You don't win the fight against blackheads by being harsh, you win it by being smart. Exfoliation is where things start to get interesting because this is the step that truly changes the texture of your skin and helps prevent blackheads from forming in the first place. Most people think cleansing is enough, but cleansing only removes what's sitting on the surface. Exfoliation goes deeper. It clears away the buildup that clogs your pores from within. If you've ever noticed tiny bumps that never seem to go away or stubborn blackheads that always return in the same spots, that's your skin telling you it needs help shedding those dead cells more efficiently. Your skin naturally sheds dead cells every few weeks, but sometimes the process slows down due to hormone stress or even the products you're using. When those dead cells pile up, they mix with sebum and trap oil inside the pore, creating the perfect environment for blackheads to form. Exfoliation steps in to prevent that congestion. It's like giving your skin a reset button. But here's the catch, not all exfoliation is created equal, and doing it the wrong way can actually make things worse. There are two main types of exfoliation, physical and chemical, and understanding the difference between them can completely transform your routine. Physical exfoliation uses scrubs or tools to manually remove dead cells. Think of brushes, microbeads, or textured scrubs. They can feel satisfying, but for oily or blackhead-prone skin, they can sometimes be too harsh, especially if used too frequently. Rubbing aggressively can create micro tears in the skin, which leads to irritation, inflammation, and even more breakouts. Then there's chemical exfoliation, which sounds intimidating but is actually much gentler when done right. It uses acids like alpha hydroxy acids, AHA, and beta hydroxy acids, a BH, to dissolve the glue that holds dead cells together. For oily skin, the superstar ingredient is salicylic acid, a type of BHA. Unlike AHAs, which work on the surface, salicylic acid is oil soluble, meaning it can dive deep into the pores, clearing out excess sebum and preventing blackheads from forming. It's like a deep cleaner that works while you sleep, quietly unclogging pores without scrubbing or scraping. When used consistently, Salicylic acid helps refine the appearance of pores and smooth the overall texture of your skin. You might notice fewer blackheads around your nose and chin, less congestion along the forehead, and a more even tone overall. The key word here is consistency, not intensity. Many people overdo exfoliation, thinking more often equals faster results, but that only leads to irritation and rebound oil production. 2 to 3 times a week is ideal for most oily skin types. That rhythm gives your skin enough time to renew itself without stripping away the protective barrier. Another game changer is combining gentle exfoliation with hydration. After using an exfoliating product, always follow up with a calming, lightweight moisturizer. Exfoliating removes the old cells so new, fresh skin can come to the surface, but that new skin needs moisture to stay healthy. When you skip hydration, your skin feels stressed and starts producing more oil, undoing all your hard work. Think of exfoliation and hydration as partners. They balance each other beautifully. Now, if you're someone who loves physical scrubs and can't give them up completely, choose one with very fine, smooth particles. Avoid anything with large, jagged grains like crushed shells or salt crystals. These can cause invisible scratches that weaken your skin's natural defense. Always let the scrub glide gently, no need to press hard. Your goal is to polish, not scrape. You can also enhance your exfoliation routine by incorporating gentle tools like silicone brushes or exfoliating pads. They help distribute the product evenly and encourage a mild massaging effect that boosts circulation. Just make sure everything is clean before it touches your skin. Bacteria buildup on tools can undo all your effort in a single swipe. Timing is another small but important detail. Nighttime is often the best time to exfoliate because your skin goes into repair mode while you sleep. It's more receptive to active ingredients, and you avoid the risk of sun sensitivity during the day. If you exfoliate in the morning, always follow with sunscreen because exfoliated skin is more vulnerable to UV damage. Sun exposure without protection can lead to dark spots or even premature aging, which defeats the purpose of improving your skin in the first place. Exfoliation is not about perfection, it's about renewal. Every time you exfoliate properly, you're helping your skin breathe again, keeping those pores clear and reducing the likelihood of new blackheads forming. Over time, your complexion becomes smoother, more radiant, and noticeably easier to maintain. It's not a one-time fix, it's a quiet, steady transformation that happens layer by layer. When you stop scrubbing too hard and start exfoliating wisely, your skin rewards you with clarity, balance, and that healthy natural glow that no filter can fake. When it comes to getting rid of blackheads, one of the first instincts people have is to squeeze. It's tempting, right? You see that tiny dark dot staring back at you in the mirror, and your fingers just can't help themselves. But here's the thing, what feels satisfying in the moment can easily turn into redness, inflammation, scarring, or even more breakouts. Blackheads might seem simple to remove, but there's a safe, smart way to do it, and it starts with understanding what's happening inside that pore before you go anywhere near it. A blackhead isn't just sitting on the surface of your skin. It's a plug of oil, dead skin, and bacteria that's lodged inside a pore. That means you can't just force it out without preparing your skin first. The skin around that pore needs to be soft, relaxed, and ready, otherwise you're just pushing against resistance. And that's how damage happens. The secret to safe extraction starts with softening. Steam is one of the oldest and most effective ways to do that. When you expose your face to gentle steam, it helps loosen the debris inside your pores and makes the blackheads easier to remove. You don't need a fancy machine for this. A bowl of hot water and a towel over your head works perfectly. Just make sure the steam is warm, not scalding, and keep your face a comfortable distance away to avoid irritation. About 5 to 10 minutes is enough. What you're doing here is encouraging your pores to relax, allowing any buildup inside to loosen naturally. Once your skin has been softened, you can use a come-down extractor, the small metal tool with a loop at the end, to gently press around the blackhead. The key word here is gently. You're guiding the clog out, not forcing it. If a blackhead doesn't come out easily after 1 or 2 light presses, stop. It's not ready. Trying to force it can rupture the pore, leading to redness, scabs, or even a small infection. It's always better to leave it for another day than to risk damaging your skin. Cleanliness is everything during this process. Your hands, your tools, your face, all of it needs to be sanitized. Wash your hands thoroughly, disinfect the extractor with rubbing alcohol, and make sure your face is freshly cleansed. Any bacteria introduced at this stage can turn a simple blackhead into a full-blown pimple. After extraction, apply a soothing toner or a mild salicylic acid treatment to calm the skin and prevent new blockages from forming in the same spot. For those who feel unsure about doing this at home, professional extraction is always the safer route. A licensed esthetician or dermatologist knows how to assess your skin, choose the right pressure, and use sterilized tools to clean out pores without harming your skin barrier. Professional facials often combine steaming exfoliation and extractions with calming masks and serums that help your skin recover right away. It's a controlled process, not an impulsive one. That's what makes it effective. Now, it's important to remember that extraction is not a cure-all. You can't squeeze your way to clear skin. If you keep extracting without addressing the cause of the blockages, excess oil, buildup, dead cells, they'll just come back. That's why your cleansing and exfoliating routines matter so much. Extraction is just one part of a bigger maintenance plan. Think of it as the reset button that clears out what's already there while your daily routine prevents new ones from forming. Another helpful trick after steaming or extraction is to apply a clay mask. Clay helps absorb any leftover oil and draw out impurities that didn't surface. It also tightens the appearance of pores once they've been cleared, giving your skin a smooth, refined finish. Following that with a light, hydrating moisturizer keeps your skin balanced and prevents rebound oiliness. Remember, your skin has just been through a bit of stress. Soothing it afterward is essential. A lot of people believe blackhead removal should hurt to be effective, but it shouldn't. If it's painful, that's your skin telling you to stop. Real results come from patience and precision, not pressure. Over time, when you treat your pores with care and consistency, they respond by becoming less congested and more resilient. Your skin learns to balance itself when you stop fighting it. Safe extraction isn't about instant gratification, it's about preserving the long-term health of your skin. Every time you choose to be gentle instead of aggressive, you're protecting the integrity of your pores, preventing scars, and building the kind of healthy, glowing complexion that doesn't rely on filters or cover-ups. When it comes to controlling oily skin and keeping blackheads at bay, one of the most underrated yet powerful tools is the clay mask. It's simple, natural, and incredibly effective when used correctly. People often underestimate what a good clay mask can do because it doesn't give instant dramatic results like some high-tech treatments. But when you use it consistently, it becomes one of the most reliable ways to detoxify the skin, balance oil production, and minimize the chances of clogged pores. Think of it as your skin's deep cleaning session. A quiet moment when everything heavy and congested gets gently pulled out. Clay works like a magnet for impurities. It draws out excess oil, dirt, and leftover residue that even the best cleansers sometimes miss. For oily or blackhead-prone skin, that's a game changer. When pores are clogged with sebum and dead skin cells, they expand and stretch, making blackheads more visible. Clay masks help reverse that process by absorbing the extra oil and tightening the skin slightly, giving it that smoother, more refined appearance. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Clays like kaolin and bentonite have negatively charged particles that attract positively charged impurities, binding to them and lifting them away from your pores. The best part is that clay masks don't just remove buildup, they help regulate your skin's oil production over time. When your skin isn't constantly drenched in excess sebum, it can finally breathe and find balance again. That's why a weekly clay mask can make such a big difference. You're not punishing your skin for being oily, you're helping it reset to a healthier rhythm. It's like giving it a weekly detox without disrupting the natural oils your skin still needs. Now, not all clay masks are created equal. Different clays have different strengths, and choosing the right one matters. Kaolin clay is a great choice for more sensitive skin. It's gentle and doesn't over dry. Bentonite clay, on the other hand, has stronger oil-absorbing power, making it perfect for very oily or acne-prone complexions. French green clay, rich in minerals, helps tone and refresh dull skin. Some masks also include added ingredients like charcoal for extra detoxifying benefits or niacinamide and zinc to help regulate sebum and calm inflammation. These combinations help balance the oil without stripping away essential moisture. Application technique plays a big role too. Always start with clean, slightly damp skin so the clay spreads evenly and penetrates better. Use a thin, even layer, more isn't better here, and avoid applying it too close to sensitive areas like around the eyes. The goal isn't to let the mask dry until it cracks and flakes off. That's a common mistake. When a clay mask dries completely, it starts drawing water out of your skin instead of just the oil and impurities. The best time to rinse it off is when it's halfway dry, still a little tacky in some spots, but firm in others. That's when it's pulled out the excess oil without dehydrating the skin. Rinse with lukewarm water and pat your face dry gently. After rinsing, your skin is in the perfect state to absorb whatever comes next. This is when you should follow with a light, oil-free moisturizer or a hydrating serum. Remember, hydration is key, even for oily skin. Many people skip moisturizer after using a clay mask, thinking it'll undo the benefits, but that's actually when your skin needs hydration the most. A lightweight gel-based formula keeps your barrier strong and prevents rebound oil production. You'll notice that when your skin stays hydrated, it doesn't feel the need to produce as much sebum which means fewer blackheads forming in the first place. Clay masks also pair beautifully with other skincare steps. For example, using one after gentle exfoliation allows the clay to penetrate even deeper since dead cells are already removed. It's like clearing a path so the mask can reach the areas that need it most. You can also spot treat. Apply a little clay just on the oily areas like the nose, forehead, or chin instead of the whole face. That keeps the balance for combination skin types who might have dry areas elsewhere. What makes clay masks so valuable is their long-term impact. They don't give overnight miracles, but with steady use, they transform the way your skin behaves. Week after week, your pores stay cleaner, oil levels become steadier, and those stubborn blackheads don't stand much of a chance. You're not just managing oily skin, you're retraining it. At the end of the day, your skin doesn't need to be punished into behaving, it needs to be understood and supported. Clay masks do exactly that by working with your skin's natural rhythm, helping it purify itself without stripping away what it needs to stay healthy. After all the cleansing, exfoliating, and detoxifying, what you do next is what truly determines how your skin looks and feels in the long run. This is the part most people overlook, the post-cleansing care. It's where all the effort you've put in can either pay off beautifully or be undone in minutes. Think of it this way, you've just spent time removing oil, dead cells, and impurities from your skin. Now, your pores are clean, open, and a little more vulnerable. This is the moment your skin needs nourishment and protection the most, not neglect. A lot of people with oily skin skip moisturizer entirely because they think adding moisture will make them sheenier or clog their pores again. But that's one of the biggest myths in skincare. When your skin feels dry, even slightly, it interprets that as a signal to produce more oil to protect itself. So by skipping moisturizer, you're actually telling your skin to create more sebum, and that's how the cycle of oiliness and blackheads starts all over again. The key isn't avoiding moisture, it's choosing the right kind of moisture. Lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizers are your best friend here. Look for ones that are oil-free but still hydrating, containing ingredients like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, or squalene. These ingredients attract water into the skin without adding grease. Hyaluronic acid, for instance, can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water, so it keeps your skin plump and balanced without clogging pores. When your skin stays properly hydrated, it behaves better. It produces less oil, feels softer, and looks smoother. Another crucial part of post-cleansing care is using the right treatment products at the right time. After cleansing and exfoliating, your skin is more receptive to active ingredients. That's the perfect moment to apply products that target your specific concerns, like niacinamide for oil control, retinoids for cell turnover, or salicylic acid for keeping pores clear. Niacinamide is especially helpful for oily skin. It helps regulate sebum production while strengthening your skin barrier. When your barrier is strong, your skin doesn't feel the need to overcompensate with excess oil. Then there's sunscreen, probably the most important product in your entire routine. Many people with oily skin avoid sunscreen because they think it feels heavy or greasy, but modern formulas have come a long way. There are lightweight, mattifying sunscreens that protect without clogging pores or adding shine. Skipping sunscreen might feel harmless in the short term, but in the long run, UV damage causes inflammation, weakens collagen, and worsens the appearance of pores and dark spots. When your skin barrier is constantly under stress from the sun, it becomes more reactive, leading to more oiliness and more blackheads. Protecting it daily is like locking in all the benefits of your skincare routine. Consistency is another part of this equation that can't be ignored. The skin loves routine. It thrives on regular care, not occasional effort. Doing a deep cleanse once in a while isn't enough. The real progress comes from daily discipline. Gentle cleansing morning and night, exfoliating a few times a week, masking regularly, and moisturizing every day might sound like a lot, but once it becomes a rhythm, it feels effortless. That rhythm is what trains your skin to stay balanced. Something else that makes a huge difference is how you treat your skin emotionally. Stress, lack of sleep, and poor diet can all affect how your skin behaves. When you're constantly stressed, your cortisol levels rise, triggering your oil glands to work overtime. That's why lifestyle habits like hydration, rest, and even mindfulness play such an important role. Healthy skin isn't just about products, it's about how you take care of your whole self. And finally, patience. That's the part no one wants to hear, but it's the most honest truth. Blackhead-free, balanced skin doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual transformation that comes from giving your skin what it needs consistently, not what feels urgent in the moment. Every gentle cleanse, every mask, every moisturizer, they add up. Over time, you'll notice your skin becoming clearer, calmer, and more predictable. You'll stop needing to fight it because you've learned how to support it. At the end of the day, good skin isn't about perfection. It's about partnership. When you stop treating your skin like a problem to fix and start treating it like something to care for, it responds with clarity, confidence, and balance that lasts.